This story really likes twisting our emotions. This was really heavy. Tbate always finds a way to grab me and say shut up and enjoy what I'm giving you. We were right off the cusp of seeing two Oceros in action, making the Lances look worse than Lucas, and a few chapters later we get one of the realest moments in an isekai. Okay, this video was suggested by this lovely person, and if you want to influence other videos, please subscribe and leave a comment on what I should talk about. Now, tbate really excels at immersing you into how characters are feeling, especially Arthur, and it makes the story that much better for it. Since I started the story, there have been different moments that made me think, damn, this shit good. But it usually happens when we get an exposition during a fight, a funny moment, or even some crazy high moment. But when Arthur decided to come clean to his parents, I realized that this story was in a league of its own, and it definitely was only the beginning. Initially, I was asking why he had to tell them anything at all if he was leaving, but I realized that it had been weighing on him for a while now. Yes, it was selfish of him to break them, but it was the only way he could fully accept who he currently was. He had reached a turning point in his life where he needed the clarity to move on. To put in perspective, Arthur was the type of kid to be more scared of reuniting with his family than the thought of killing. So thinking about that makes it hurt more now, because he could actually lose them for real this time. Not physically, but emotionally. And he already lost someone he considered to be a mother, so losing this one is going to be a double blow. After he came clean, we were shown some of the thoughts that went through Alice and Renaud's head, like, how did you reincarnate? Who were you before? Have you always had your memories? Did you fake your bond with us? Did you act the way you thought we wanted our kid to act? What happened to our kid? Were you conscious during nursing? Like, were you a grown-ass man sucking my tit? Arthur's parents felt like they raised someone else's kid, while Arthur got to be raised by loving parents. The exchange was not equivalent. One thing that will weigh on their minds is the fact that Arthur was probably the most talented kid in the kingdom, whose parents were proud in every way. So it begs the question, what would their actual son have been like if Arthur hadn't reincarnated? Would he have been a below average mage or even a misfit? Or would he have been as talented? They would never know. And it probably hurts more knowing that having a son that may not turn out to be as great was one of Alice's worries. When you think about it, it was 13 years. That's not a small amount of time to be lied to by someone you loved. I don't know if I would say Arthur lied to them, but he would have the truth, and honestly, that might have been for the best. During his arrest after killing Lucas, he made a statement saying that the floating castle reminded him of his old life. It was beautiful and lonely. And he later on says that in his past, he was not really loved by anyone, and it made him a crappy person, but the love of his new parents taught him how to be better. He became someone who looks and cares after the people around him, and someone who can put his life on the line for those he loves. It makes you think about the saying that money doesn't buy happiness. Arthur literally lived it as a king, and he found out that growing up as a peasant brought him more joy than being the leader of a nation. In the short period of time before this confession, he had lost classmates and his best friend, and now he was leaving with the feeling of having lost his parents too. There's a quote that says, family isn't always blood, it's the people in your life who want you in theirs, the ones who accept you for who you are, and the ones who would do anything to see you smile and who love you no matter what. As I'm writing this, thinking about the fact that Arthur's life is going to get darker and that there's more loss in store for him, it makes me both excited and depressed. But regardless, as heartbreaking as this moment was for the living family, I feel it was impactful because we get to see the characters we have grown to love experience something that not many stories allow us to witness.